Well, I guess there's only one way to say it. That freaking sucked. Um, yeah, the to have that much momentum and just get beat like that, um, it's hard to swallow, right? Um, but if you want to know where this game was lost, it wasn't lost in the third; it was lost in the first, right? When you only take 4 shots in the first period and find yourself down 2-0, and you never come back, that's on you, right? That's on you. The Blues had 28 shots to their 27. They won the faceoff battle. They were now there is a silver lining here, and special teams were much better, right? Um, much better. Eve's here. Huso is much better. I don't want to hear about our D. Our D was not all that great this game, Sammy. There were some things that I saw there that um, I wish what could have been corrected, but were not corrected. Along with some other thing. See, Benny wasn't. I heard him say, well, it wasn't his best night. How many of those do you put on Benny? Remember, one was an empty netter, right? I put maybe one on him. You know, maybe two. I think the first goal was on him, and I think that third one, or the fourth one in the third, that was on him. I know it was a broken play in the neutral zone that led to that, but that's one that you've got to kick a lot for. You can't put that. I mean, he kicks it right out in front of him. You got that puck's got to get. You got to kick that puck. You got to not make sure that puck's not sitting in the crease, and that's exactly what happened, right? It wasn't three. It wasn't three. No, my glass isn't always half full. I see different things. I get harder on them in wins than I do in losses, right? And I see things. Third goal, I don't think so. Fourth goal, yes. First and 4, I put on him. Okay, well, 4 penalty kills, right? What's wrong with 4 penalty kills? We're one of the better penalty kill teams in the league. We were able. Now they're a terrible power play team, but the penalty kill did its job. Power play, 1 for 3, 33%, better than our average. They did their job, right? 5-on-5, not better. Defensive play, not defensemen. Defensive play was not good. They were better in the neutral zone for the most part. They're over aggressive sometimes, right? And that's something that I see. They can get very, very over aggressive, and I think that had a lot to do with it. This is laughable. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to win every game. And right now Minnesota's tied. They could come up and get ahead of us, and we're in a fight. We're in a dogfight. So losing this game is not a good loss. I'll say that. It's a bad loss, right? I'm getting torn to shreds, Ash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because I saw good in this game. Right? Okay.
I saw the fourth line. The fourth line played very well tonight.
Well,
Tarasenko had a good return.
What about the penalty kill?
I mean,
0 for 4. I mean, 4 for 4. Killed off 4 penalties.
I mean, yeah, that's impressive, especially seeing that you've been saying that there's such a crappy penalty kill now that we've lost Sonny.
Well, yeah, that surprised me. We the penalty kill did better. Now, 2 of those penalties were shortened penalties.
Yeah.
I do admit that. There were some shortened penalties in there. But still, they did what they did. No, I don't think Dallas will beat us, right? Out of 4. No, I don't think so, right? You guys are looking at this. As soon as the Blues lose, everybody wants to crucify them. They're the shittiest team in the world. They're just absolute crap. And no one wants to look at other things that are going on. Our goalies are getting torn to shreds. Okay, but there's a difference between the defense and defensive play. And that's the point I keep trying to make.
And I mean, it's not, how shall I say this? Bennington did not have a good game, but it isn't necessarily his fault, seeing that he hasn't played in quite some time. That's on the coaches for not doing the rotation like they should.
Good, and said they would.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Bennington had a bad game, but I'm not putting it all on his fault. Mikkola had some defensive lapses. Bortuzzo had some, but the core was strong. But I'm kind of worried without Krug how this is going to go because, like I said, when he had COVID, we played like crap. He's a lot more important to our D-line than anyone gives him credit for.
Yeah, I'm not stopping. I'm not deleting Twitter. I don't know why someone thinks I would. I have 3 Twitter accounts. Okay, Sports Freak is ongoing credit because I said the defense was the worst in the world, and you told me it
isn't the worst in the world.
You
they had a bad game today. They had a bad game today, and they're down a key person to that line. So
that has a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. It does. I actually was surprised that they didn't play as well.
And with Mikkola, I know that you complain, but if Krug gets back sooner than what they think he will, I do think he needs to sit. He has played more than he has ever, and he needs to sit. It isn't a matter of, you're right, they're going to sit Mikkola because he doesn't like young players. Yeah. This young player needs a break.
Yeah, his body's breaking down.
It's not that I don't like him. I adore Mikkola. I'm a huge fan, but he does need a break.
I only get credit for paying your debt. So look, we're about 10 minutes in, and we got a decent amount. So I want to address what I said I was going to address, right? Go ahead and do it now. Get it out of the way, especially with everybody. So earlier today, Mason put up this post, if you were on the first intermission. And he basically says, hello, everyone. I'm here to extend my apologies for all the drama that has been prevalent the last few months. I recognize that I was a big part of that, and I realized that a lot of the accusations had no legal merit, and I regret any pain that was caused as a result. Have a good show, guy, and I hope you can accept my apology. All I'm going to say is thank you for your apology. I don't want to go into it any more than that. There's someone out there who has said that I did something horrible. I didn't do it. They are how do I say this? They are twisting the facts to meet their narrative, and because of that, now you don't have to go there, Ryan. Please don't. Right? Please don't. I don't want, please. I wish you could remove that. I don't want to go there. It doesn't need to be there. But people supported me. They backed me up, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't know if he does blues videos. I know he writes for somebody and some other things, but I don't know what he does anymore. I dealt with it. That's the end of it. Right? Mm-hmm. That's the end of it. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. I don't want to do that, but that's the end of it as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Right? If anybody has some other stuff, okay, you want to talk to me, but please talk to me. That was where this all came from. Mm-hmm. This came from nobody calling me and talking to me and saying, asking the right thing and then making a decision then. So, and I do appreciate Sports Freak did have something to do with it, and I do appreciate him getting in there and helping out to finally end this, at least on this part of it. Mm-hmm. Enough said?
Enough said.
Thank you. Okay, back to the debacle that was the Blues versus Philadelphia Flyers. Blues had 22 hits to their 13. Blues had 9 blocks to their 5. Blues had 8 giveaways to their 4. There's another issue that the Blues need to get fixed and fixed very soon. because it keeps happening. Um, I don't know how to fix that. I honestly don't know how you fix that. Right?
And that in and of itself isn't on the D. That's on the forwards and their passes not being 100%. They're allowing other teams to get in the passing lanes so they can, intercept. I mean, I don't know how they fix that either, other than running drills in practice.
I don't even know if running drills in practice is going to fix
I
it
mean,
because it's
it
been an
really
issue.
isn't.
It's been an issue all season long. Right? It's been an issue all season long. Finally I get it to pull up. I tried to pull the event summary up 3 times and I pulled up different games.
Oh, wow.
The Flyers just 27 shots, 5 were blocked, 9 that missed the net. They had 13 hits. We had 4 giveaways. They had 14 takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the turnover battle or the face-off battle 20-23, 47% to 60 or 53%, obviously. Blues had 28 shots. They had 9 that were blocked. They missed the net 16 times. 16 times. Perron missed 3 times, and his streak of continuous goals ends. They had 22 hits, 8 giveaways, 8 takeaways. 8 giveaways, 8 takeaways, and we talked about the other stats. It just, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. And Matt Mopo stated this, and I agree. Logan Brown was making some great passes. I was really impressed with the fourth line tonight. It was the best line tonight.
Around. Torpachenko,
Walker, Logan Brown, they were great.
Yeah, they looked really good. Walker had a point where he had an empty net and passed it to O'Reilly. He should have just took the shot.
Yeah, he should have.
I mean, he had, I won't say empty net, an open net.
Yeah.
And he should have just took the shot and he passed it to O'Reilly. I don't think he's seen the net was as open as it was. Right?
Yeah.
And when you get that pass from behind there, you don't always see it. You think that the goalie's coming over. And I don't think that his vision was right. And that's why he passed it. But he should have if he lets that go, this is a totally different game.
Yeah.
Right? Totally different dynamic. And I think this comes down to that Mikkola situation with the fight. I think that
showed where the linesman was completely out of line. I think the linesman had too many situations that they were in control. Like that bench minor that they were so quick to call after that goal, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, that was the lineman. And I think it was, I didn't see enough of to see how close of it, if it was just like in that zone, right? Or if it was actually 6 guys on the ice. So I didn't get to completely see it. But not only that, the referees were in the way with the puck a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, a lot of Blues passes hit referee skates when referees shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming it on the refs, obviously the team, but the officiating was horrendous tonight.
Oh, I agree with you there. I absolutely agree with you there. I saw a lot of the same stuff that you did, believe it or not. Trying to pull something up here real quick, see if I can maybe get some more people to join us, but I doubt it. They probably don't want to talk about this. But it basically comes down to there are games that you're going to have a good game. There's games you're going to have a bad game. There's games they're going to have good games. There's games they're going to have bad games.
And I agree with Josh here. We simply didn't play good enough for a W.
I'll agree with that. But for me, it also comes down to, and again, I seen it right now. This is on Let's Go Blues. Dang, Bennington gave up 2 goals already in the first period to the Flyers. I mean, it put everything on Bennington right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's where and that's what I talk about a lot with the undercurrent of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the things that you don't see. I think one of those 2 was on Bennington, not both of them.
I agree with that. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that Bennington played a good game because he didn't. But that's a coach's decision. And I'm not one that sits here and blames the coaching. But if you don't rotate right, your starter who hasn't started in the last 3 games isn't going to play right.
Uh oh. I'm worried now.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Coming up. See if I can see it here real quick. Here we go. Take my glasses off. This is from Arch Elite. Bennington needs to be back in the minors or retired. Dude literally got lucky to win a cup. Doesn't deserve another start in the NHL. All right. Golf King kind of slammed back on him. I don't follow Arch Elite. That's a new one for me. So I may have to look at that. Hey, Golf King, I also sent you the link to the interview I did with Ray King. So I know you had asked for that, so I hope you got to see it. They are just stating a fact.
The person that was complaining about Bennington letting 2 goals in the first.
Yeah. No, when you say dang, and you say, and then you go, okay, he gave up 2 goals, but did he let in 2 goals? There's a big difference. Right? I'm sorry, there's a big difference between giving up having 2 goals scored on you and letting 2 goals in. Mm-hmm. Right? The wording that is chosen in that post is what I'm coming up with. Tanner's saying, Jose, sorry I didn't get to see you while you were in town. I think he's in Tennessee right now. Actually, I completely agree with everything you said. This one's on Chief. I'm okay.
And the lines. I mean, I still don't think, even though Tarasenko had a good game, Thomas was nowhere. So why would you put them on the same line? They're both just getting back. That's a poor decision.
Right. Golf King saying no. Be careful saying people are wrong. It's wording though. He allowed 2 goals in the net, or 2 goals got behind him. But it doesn't mean he let them in. It doesn't mean that, that the way you say things, right? Mm-hmm. You could have said the Blues defense didn't back Benny up and 2 goals were scored too at the same time, right? You can say, why not say on that first goal, wow, a bad change allowed a goal? Why put it directly on Benny? There was something else that happened on both those goals. Mm-hmm. Why didn't the rebound get cleared out?
Yep.
Right? On 2 of the,
it's on the whole
2 of the
team.
4 goals were rebounds. When there were Blues players around that could have cleared them out. Now that third goal, the 4th goal, Bennington should have absolutely kicked that puck somewhere, anywhere else. But semantics matter. They matter. They absolutely matter, bud. And the shooter walks right up to the goal. Yeah, at what point, and we've talked about this a lot, right? And this happens anytime Bennington loses. It doesn't matter if he loses 1-0 or if he loses 4-2 or 5-2. It doesn't matter how he loses. It's all on him. It's everything that he did wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, this team didn't score the goals that they were supposed to score. They're almost a 4-goal a game team. 4 goals a game team. They scored 2.
Yep.
Right? You scored that 3rd goal. Do you think that 4th goal goes in?
Nope.
Right? They overcommitted. The team overcommitted to that one. Right? Like Bob's saying that Philly doesn't have a road win all year. He was right till no road wins in 2000. He didn't say all year, did he?
He did say all year. But you interpreted it as all season. But he did say all year.
Because that's what it is. I mean, I don't look at it. I'm sorry, for a team the way they play, it's not a calendar year. It never is a calendar year. Mm-hmm. And if I did, then I'm wrong. Maybe it's semantics. I should have caught that. To me, year is season. Right? To me, it's the same thing. And said this year, and I interpreted it as this season. Well, then I'm wrong. You know, I'm wrong. I absolutely was wrong. And I admit it. I admit it that I misunderstood what he said and how I read it were two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To me, this year means season. Right? This year goes back to October. I don't. Right? The only season that you can look at and go, you know, when you say this year, it's that is baseball.
Yeah.
Everything else goes over the calendar. Maybe I think soccer doesn't. But everything else goes over the calendar, and that's the way I look at it. Right? To me, when you say, I think from the beginning of the season, and that's exactly.
And I understand why you would say that, or think that, because I do too, but semantics, he did say this year, and that would be accurate if he was talking in 2022.
I know I won't get credit for saying the defense is our problem, but look at the play.
Actually, I didn't see as much defense other than Mikola and a little bit of Bortuzzo. Forwards took some pretty weak penalties. Forwards were getting their passes taken. So a lot of them I saw right onto the tape of Philly. So it isn't on defense. This is a whole team, coaching staff included.
Okay, well, okay. The defense is a problem.
It is a problem,
right?
But it is not the only problem.
Right. Okay. Sports Freak, you want to say defense is a problem, and that's fine. And you want all the credit for saying the defense is the biggest problem. I understand that. But in my eyes, there's a big difference between the defense and defensive play. I keep asking you, is it defensive play? And you say, no, the defense. Well, they're two different things. They're two different things. Defensive play breakdowns. The two goals that were scored were from a bad change on the offense, and the other one was an offender who let a guy get right by him in the neutral zone. Right? And you know, I remember the conversation that we had when you were on the phone. You kept saying the defense, and I said defensive play. You said, no, the defense. Remember that, Ashley?
Yep.
Right? Now, I do say this. The last time he was in, he did say defensive play. I will admit that.
He did change it to defensive play, but in his call, he said no, defense.
Yeah, right?
He changed it the last show.
Falk was kind of soft tonight, though, and he waits until he's beat by 2 sets before he turns around and skates to catch up. You know, I did see that.
Falk did not have a good game, but a lot of that can be attributed to he is down his partner. He hasn't worked with anyone but Krug much this season.
Yeah. No.
I'm not a traitor.
Okay,
I'm very loyal to my buddy over here.
Tanner brings up a really good point. What is the difference between defense and defensive play? The defense, when you talk about defense, in my eyes, you are talking about the defensemen.
6 skaters.
6 skaters. You're talking about Parayko, Falk, Mikola, Scandella, Krug, Bortuzzo, and now Letty.
Yeah.
Right? When you're talking defensive play, you're talking about the play of your forwards. The forwards getting in and doing their job, getting the puck out of the zone, getting sticks in control, getting sticks in their way. You give me another chance, I'll rail it on the head. I'll nail it on the head. I cannot get my phone to connect. I actually tried all day today to get it to connect, Sports Freak. But you will get your chance on an off night. We'll try and get the phone connected, right? We'll try and get the phone connected, bud. The tonight, defensive play was bad. There were some defense lapses that I saw, but overall, the goal happened because the goal that broke the fourth goal, the one that broke the back, happened because the Blues had a lot of pressure, could not get the puck in the net. This has a lot more to do with it than anything else. They had pressure, had a solid cycle, and could not score. They score there, everything else changes. Everything else changes. Letty played a C level. I mean, he was in a lot of plays. He was effective on the power play. They had a couple.
He had a lot of good clearing chances from Letty. I don't think that Letty had a bad game.
Right.
But when you lose 5-2, you can't really give anyone higher than a C.
No, you can't. So Letty's not the answer at all. I never thought he was, right? I've always been, everyone is defense when you don't have the puck. Exactly, Chris. Right? And there's you have roles to play. Right? And in my eyes, and I'm going to start using that. That's going to be like my catchphrase now. In my eyes, right? In my eyes, this game was predicated a lot more on what the offense didn't do.
Yes.
Than what the defense did do. Okay? The defenders themselves did not play as bad as I thought. And as bad as it looks. The offenders had numerous opportunities to change the outcome or the I don't know what the other word what word I'm looking for. The strategic battle that this game is. There were chances for offense that didn't come. When you are the home team, you are the white players. White should always be on offense. Right? In a chessboard, white moves first, you get the last change. That's offense. You should always be on offense. You get the matchup. So you should be on offense.
I'm looking up a stat right now, and it's the plus or minus.
Okay.
We only had one player that was plus tonight. He was only a +1. Do you care to guess who it is?
Letty?
No. Torp. Torpachinko.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense because he doesn't play that much.
But Letty was -1, Scandella was -1, Shen 2, Thomas was a -3, Saad was a -1, Brown and Walker broke even.
Right.
So did Mikola, surprisingly. And everyone else was negative.
Actually, he's having issues with turnovers.
He is having issues with turnovers, but none of them resulted in goals tonight.
Here.
Oh, Kyrou?
Talking about Kyrou here. Kyrou is having an issue with turnovers, and one of the reasons that Kyrou is having an issue with turnovers has a lot to do with his line mates, right? Thomas and Kyrou this is the thing that I think everybody misses. Everyone thinks that Tarasenko is a defensive liability, and he's not. Tarasenko is not a defensive liability. Tarasenko with Kyrou and Thomas.
Thanks.
Kyrou and Thomas makes that line. You don't see how defensive he really is. And his movement, his skating around the puck, his getting his stick in lanes, his forecheck. Tarasenko has become a solid two-way player. Right? That's why his goals are down a little bit, but he's still got 21 goals. He's still just under a point a game.
Okay, can I get on to Kyrou here because Sports Freak wants to apparently bring this up. Kyrou will be elite. Maybe next season, maybe the season after. And he's playing really, really well this season with his career high in goals and points. But he's still young. He's very young. And he is getting different messages. Oh, be that speedy skater. Or no, you got to be defensive. And he's confused.
He's confused.
Right now he's confused. And he is turning over the puck a lot. But he won't stay that way. He is going to improve. It will get better. But right now, he's a turnover machine.
And Washington isn't Washington, but it's just the way I say it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know. And I love her. Everyone
I love her
that.
too.
Yeah, we all do. That is the definition of Kyrou, a defensive liability. Okay. I want to correct you here.
Oh, Tanner, you're such an awesome person.
Yeah, I know. I want to correct. I want to bring something up here. What is happening right now? I brought it up earlier. There's something going on with Kyrou that a lot of people aren't talking about. What was Kyrou last year? A rookie.
Mm-hmm.
They played 56 games.
Mm-hmm.
How many games have they played this year? They're in the 60 mark.
Mm-hmm.
He is now at a point where he's played more games in a season than he has ever played. Now, I know he missed a few, but where is he at? What's his numbers on that? Let me look real quick. 58 games.
Mm-hmm.
He is at that point where he is playing more regular season games than he's ever played. Right? And I think that is starting to show. You're seeing it with Kyrou. You're seeing it with Mikola. I think you were starting to see it with Wallman. These guys, this is, and you see this a lot with rookies. Towards the end of the season, they start wearing down because they're not used to that grind. They're not used to all those games, right? Uh, 21 for Vegas carded off. Ooh, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who 21 is. I don't know the numbers right off the bat.
I think it's Howden.
Okay.
Younger player.
Yeah. I hold two-way players higher than everyone else. I do and I don't. Everyone has their role to play, right? And this is
ha ha
all right,
ha.
Ian. We appreciate it. Hey, Ian. One quick thing. Brett Howden. Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
One quick thing. How concerned are you guys about playing the Blues in the first round of the playoffs? Right? Yep, you're right, Shop. They haven't played 82 games since 18-19. Right? But but they did get to 70, 71, 72 in that frame. So they got a lot closer. But then they had that big break before the playoffs, so it kind of like messed things up. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know who you're talking about there.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I don't know if he stayed to answer my question. But I know that Minnesota Wild fans are absolutely nervous as heck about facing that. Oh, Golf King, we did not lose that trade. I'm sorry, we didn't lose that trade. No.
Even though we lost Thompson trade, we won the Roar deal.
Oh, yeah, we won the O'Reilly deal, right?
I think we won it, but I mean, Thompson is becoming what everyone thought he would. So
yeah,
they get something for it. It just took them 3 years to get there.
Yeah, but hold on. Here's the thing. Would Thompson have gotten that in St. Louis?
Probably
not. Just because
not.
he's getting it there. Just because he's getting first line minutes. Right?
He wouldn't have had that here.
He's getting first line minutes. He would have never gotten that here. He may not have blossomed there. And we gave up, five players, right? They ended up of the five that we gave them, they got one out of it. So we took a whole bunch of salary cap off. We were able to sign guys. We've done, but I think I'm sorry, that Golf King. I do not think that that trade O'Reilly definitely. But not only that, the Blues haven't missed a playoff since that trade, and Buffalo hasn't been in it, right? And they're not even close this year. So to me, you can't say that. Now, if they would have taken those five players or three of those players and done something, then yeah, you could have said that they won it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would have gotten that time. Who knows? Maybe Nashville steals the top free spot from one of us, and we don't meet in round one. It's possible. I'm thinking that most Wild fan would rather that happen and not meet the Blues in round one. But
I'm hoping so much to meet the Wild.
Oh, I know. The one thing is we have games in hand. The Wild have a game in hand on us, and we have a game in hand on Nashville. So that's why I'm not so concerned about Nashville. I think we have 2 games in hand on Nashville.
Yeah, we do.
Right? So that's why I'm not so concerned about Nashville. You know what? And not only that, this is the time of the season. Everyone talks about these, good teams lose to bad teams this time of the season because these guys are trying. These guys' paychecks are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These guys' paycheck is absolutely on the line. We've done well against Flower this season.
Yes, we have.
Right? I think it would be awesome too. Nashville's losing to Vegas 2-0. There you go. So,
go Vegas.
Yeah, go Vegas. So for me, and the Blackhawks are up on the Kings 1-0. For me, the thing that I'm looking at is this overall. I don't look at one game and say this is a terrible team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, did they play badly? Yes. But that doesn't mean they're a terrible team. Oh, what a joke. You've been third in the division a lot longer than we have.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that. Okay? Just remember that. You've been third in the division a lot longer than we have.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Gosh, I love when Ian comes to chat.
Oh, I know. And I could barely hold it together right now. Yeah, I can barely hold it together. That's pretty good. Wrong. I don't think so.
You just got out of third. You just took second tonight.
Yeah, I think I may have to go back and look at it. I'm just joshing you though. I know, bud. I always say it's any man's game. Some days and we will win, sometimes we lose. It's just how it goes, and that's absolutely right,
mm-hmm.
right? But unfortunately, Blues fans, the majority of Blues fans say 82-0-0, 0-0-0, 1,000. Mm-hmm. That's what it has to be. You win every game. You don't give up a goal, and you don't give up a goal. Right? No team should ever score on any Blues goalie. No team, and I've heard Blues fans say that.
Mm-hmm.
The goalie should never allow a goal past him. That's his job. Find me one that played more than 30 games and never allowed a goal. Find me one.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I mean, we gotta always complain about something.
I don't even know how to answer that. Answer that.
Well, come on, guy. Look at how many wins we'll get, and you come on more angry at the wins than you do the losses. You're the prime example right there.
Well,
I come in excited about a win, and I've got guy, but they did this wrong, and they did that wrong, and for Ruby must burn, and that's guy on a win.
Guilty as charged. No, because you know what? Because I can sit. If they'd have won the game tonight, I'd still sit there. Because you know what? That could have happened. Remember, what was the game we won where they scored the 2 goals in the last 30 seconds of the game? Right? You remember that game?
Yeah, that was against Dallas.
Right? Everybody was so happy. There were so many things wrong with that game. It wasn't even funny.
Oh, I know. I came in excited. Oh, my gosh, we won. I thought we were going to lose, and you were just like, but all kinds of negativity.
That's what I'm getting at. Sometimes there are good wins. There are bad wins. That was a bad win. Mm-hmm. There were so many things that you did wrong in that game that got covered up by 2 lucky goals.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You are the epitome of a cranky old man.
Thank you. Did we pass bad? We won 6-0 when we turned but we turned the puck over. Yeah, you're right. We did not hold the puck for 60 minutes. Okay, I see what he's saying. Yep, I got you. We got you. That makes sense. Okay, but Tammy, I guarantee you that while we got the 2 points, the coaching staff did not go in there and pat everybody on the back. Right? I guarantee it. Right? The coaching staff said we got work to do.
Yep.
Which should have never gotten to that point. Right? It should have never gotten to that point. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Oh, Siri hates me too. Right?
I hate Siri, so I don't use her. Android.
Yeah. Well, what does Android got? What do they call that? Alexa. Right?
No, that's Amazon. Android has Bixby, and I don't use it.
Google calls it something else, right? Doesn't Google have a female
I
name
have
for it too?
Samsung, and they have Bixby.
Okay, Bixby. I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying that at least they got the 2 points. Okay, fair enough. But like I said, there's good wins, there's bad wins, there's good losses, there's bad losses, right? There's people that have to change. Imagine being somebody named Alexis and having an Alexis. Alexa. They allow you to change the name.
I haven't looked into it, but Leia started to realize that by saying Alexa, she can get the thing to talk to her. So
I would change it to "Hey bitch."
That might be fun. Then I'll have Leia saying that too.
Good thing Leia doesn't have headphones on. Yes, in all seriousness, love the show. See you later. Can't wait for the Wild to take on the number 2 spot. Oh. Oh my goodness. I think I'd be cool to see Leia going, "Hey Alexa, how are you doing today?" Well, I'm doing just fine.
Yeah. No, we're lucky that we can do "Hey Alexa." That's where we're at. She doesn't really have anything else to say.
Yeah. But she's doing good. She is. You can tell.
She's talking a lot more. I'm so proud.
If we can just make her, understand where the poop goes, I think things would be much better.
Yeah, that would be a lot better.
And that cabinets don't come off.
Yeah, that too. And right now she's got this big thing about playing in the sink and making bubbles. With my entire bottle of Dawn.
Yeah. And you're like the guy. You're like, it's gonna go on. Tammy says it's been a great day. I'll see you all Saturday. All right, Tammy, don't forget we'll be on tomorrow. BlueNote Fan Report be here tomorrow, Friday, right? Never know if we have a guest or not. I don't think we have one, but you never know what can happen.
You never know who shows up.
Yeah, we never know who shows up and has a great day and talks about it. We appreciate each and every one of you all the time. We try and keep it going. I love doing the show. I really do. I really
therapy.
do. Huh?
It's therapy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
it is.
Get it out.
Yeah. See, I shouldn't drink beer because I'm 90% sure that I have what do you call it?
Ulcer?
Gluten allergy.
Ah.
So the wheaten beer I think is what doesn't help me out. The last 2 nights I haven't slept. I've had the bird's eye pasta, the one where you put it in one pan and let it cook for 20 minutes and stir it. And both times after that, sorry, I like BlueNote Fan Report, and I can always ask Wendy if he's available. He'd always love. Wendy's been a good guest. Wendy's been a fun.
Oh, I love when Wendy's on. Wendy's a good guy.
Yeah, Wendy's a good guy, and I love having Lance on. And you were right about Bob Morton, by the way. Right?
I know. I saw it. He sent it to me.
Huh?
He sent it to me too. I saw it.
Yeah, I seen that. Um, we're close to getting out of here, guys. I'll tell you what. I am thinking about doing something, and I haven't decided how I would do it. But I really am thinking about doing a longer show in the daytime, my time, so like early afternoon, doing like a show that you could listen to at work, right? Where we're kind of get like NHL Now or that on and talk about what they're talking about, or bring up some topics and open it up to other people to try and come in. But I really would like to try and get some style of a more than just a blues show going on. Get the hockey, make the Hockey Fan Report its own channel, right? Something off of that, and somewhat. This is a podcast, more or less, or vodcast, really.
Vlog.
A vlog, yeah, video log or whatever you want to call it. But to me, I want to increase my knowledge in hockey, right? Yeah. And I also think by doing that, I might get more fans and things like that. But it's hard to talk for 2-3 hours straight.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think the longest I've gone was, I think we did an hour and 45 once with Lance.
Yeah. Mine is 4 hours. Right. And that was,
I was there for 3 hours of it, and then I left, and then you got Campbell. I was so mad.
He came up on his own. He's a good guy. Right?
Yeah. One of these days I want to meet him. He seems so awesome, and I loved him when he was a Blue.
Yeah. To try a baseball stream. I think Lambert would enjoy that, doing baseball with me.
I'll bow out on baseball.
Yeah.
Most boring sport in the world.
I think Chris would enjoy doing baseball. Chris is a numbers guy. Baseball's a numbers game.
It's just too boring for me. Like, if I was playing it like I did with my brothers, fun, fine. I can't watch it. Yeah. I can't even watch it when I'm there anymore because I get bored. There's no hitting. There's no physicality. There's no excitement. There's too many pauses. Yeah.
That is one issue with baseball, and they they're trying to correct that. But see, I was so happy that they got rid of the man on second in OT, and then they brought it back. Right, in extra innings. I don't like that at all. I think that cheapens the game.
It does, and I don't know.
If you're going to do that, bring ties back. In my eyes, if you're going to do that, bring ties back. Go to 15 innings, like do what the Japanese baseball does, right? 15 innings. I don't know. Is it 15 innings? It might be 15 innings, right? I think it's 15 innings and it's a tie. Right? It's something like that. It might even be less, but it gets to a certain point, it's a tie. Right? So you got to go out there and do your job. I do like one thing they're doing where if a pitcher goes out, when he comes back in, he can still be a hitter. Right? I do like that. I do like that. I don't like the designated hitter. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm glad that they're making it the same for both leagues, but I just hate it. I think that you take something away from the game, the strategy of the game.
I agree with that 100%. And
that was only there with the pitcher hitting. And you know what? Simply this: if you want pitchers to hit better, let them practice it more. Too many of them don't. Too many, pitchers just pitch. They don't, let them get out there and take batting practice. Oh, well, what if he gets hurt? Well, anybody can get hurt.
He can get hurt just throwing a ball.
Right? Let them take batting practice. Let them see those pitches so they can have a swing. And some of them could hit. Look at Ohtani. Right? You have Ohtani now. He's going to be able to be a pitcher, right? And a designated hitter. He's going to have two spots. He can have two spots. Right?
And, I mean, Wainwright has been a good hitter.
Yeah, Wainwright's been a decent hitter in his career.
And this is about as much baseball as you're going to get from me, but.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason with Ray King was part of that trade that brought Wainwright here. His joke was, I was the centerpiece of that trade. Wainwright was just the extra piece. Well, they won their 8th road game. Yep, they did, Jason. Yes, they did. Well, guys, we're at the 50-minute mark, and I think that's enough. I had a great time tonight. I enjoyed all the shows tonight. Had some good, saw a good amount of people on, and you guys have every right to agree with me. You have
Or
every right to
disagree.
disagree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Every right. You have every right to post it. You have every right to to say what you want to say. I think that you need to please watch the language. I ask that. Yes, I have dropped some F-bombs. Yes, I have gotten upset and let it go. But I at the same time, this is one of those I say, don't do as I do as I say. I'm going to be the parent here. And say, please watch the language, and again, sometimes, just getting out there and letting things go, guys, like some people like that. So, but you just can't do it all the time, because then it cheapens it.
Yep.
I had a great night, Ashley.
I did too.
Okay, guys, this is Guy the Wild Blues fan for Ashley Slapshot Jones saying aloha mahalo, and you got to know we're bleeding blue with you.